If you search online, every guru or everybody who's giving advice online is telling you don't go to college. College is a scam. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's pointless. You shouldn't do it. Now, I'd like to offer a contrary viewpoint. I'm not telling you what to do. I just want to give you an alternative point of view to consider if you are thinking about whether or not you should go to college. Spoiler alert, if you're searching the internet asking strangers if you should go to college or not, you should go to college, probably, most likely. However, I think I can make a compelling argument why you should go to college. At the same time, you got to make the decision that's right for you. I suspect that a lot of these individuals who are proponents of not going to college are telling you to do it with their own interests in mind. The vast majority of these people telling you not to go to college that I see on the internet, they seem to be selling some money-making course or mentorship. It leads me to believe that maybe they'd rather you spend the money on their shit as opposed to university. Or maybe they actually mean it. A lot of these guys went to college and they're telling you not to go to college. And maybe they actually mean it, in which case they were probably dorks in college or they went to a fucking shitty school. Now, my perspective, I went to Howard University and it was fucking amazing. I learned a lot that I actually applied to my business. I don't know if I'd be able to run my business the way I have. I have a multi-million-dollar businesses. I've started several multi-million-dollar businesses, and I find it difficult to believe I'd be able to run a business on this scale without a lot of the information I learned in college. That being said, let me give you some reasons I think are compelling on why you should go to college. Now, first of all, if you're going to go to college, don't go into debt. The main reason people cite for college being a waste of time is because it's too expensive. You're going to debt. It's more of a waste of money than a waste of time. That seems to be the main reason people are saying this. Here's the thing, though. You don't have to go to expensive school. You can go to a state college. So the average tuition, according to Google's AI, if you go to an in-state school, is about $9K. They cite their references and shit. But you can also just Google this shit yourself, bro. If you go to an in-state school, this is in America, an in-state school, it's like, yo, man, that's $9K a year. Listen, if you can't come up with $9K in a year, you probably should go to college. That is not a lot of money. You can make $9K waiting tables part-time. In a year, like, certainly. You can make not an extra $9K working part-time at Foot Locker. Like, that's not a whole lot of money. It really is not. At the same time, you can also apply for grants. A lot of people I know who went to college, they got tons of grants. They would apply to all these different grants and they would get them. They're not that difficult to get. There's like money out here. You can apply for scholarships. There's money out here. Or, hey, get fucking good grades in high school. High school is fucking easy. It's so fucking easy. I know a lot of kids who are in college on academic scholarships. It's super fucking easy, bro. High school is a joke compared to the real world. People think they're gonna go out and just start a business, but are flunking out of high school. It's like, yo, man, the business world is way harder than high school. You can get all sorts of different types of scholarships. You could join the military. I know a lot of people who joined the military, you know, went into ROTC, fucking Uncle Sam paid for their college and they went for free. And then they got that military experience too, which is super helpful, super useful for them. And guess what, man? If you go to college in ROTC, you don't have to fight in the war because you will be an officer. Officers don't fight. The enlisted men fight. The people who didn't go to college fight. Just keep that in mind. All right. Unless you're in the Air Force, then only the people who went to college fight. But they fight in the planes. I think. Don't fact check me on that, man. Or you can just work while you're in school and pay for it. I had a lot of friends when I was in college who just worked during school and fucking paid for the shit. It's not crazy. Like I know a lot of kids who did that. So the money thing doesn't have to be a huge deal. You can go to a state college, average is $9K a year, but it's lower in others depending on the state you are. Florida has programs where if you get just fucking decent grades, you can go to school for free, in-state school. You can go to a state school for free in Florida if your grades are like 3.5 is paid for by the state lottery. And a lot of the other states have programs like that. You don't have to go into debt if you're in college. That's what I'm saying. All right, but why should you go? Now, here's the thing. College graduates make more money. This is from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, right? Here are the weekly earnings depending on what kind of education you have, right? If you have less than a high school diploma, you about $682 per week. But most of you guys can at least probably finish high school, right? All right, so you finish high school, now you're at $853 per week. If you have some college, all right, a little bit more, nothing crazy, less than $100 more. But if you, let's say you get your 4-year degree, boom, you almost double the motherfucker who went to high school. And I'm not even talking about getting a master's or all this other shit. Let's just a regular 4-year degree. This shit ain't hard and it don't have to cost a lot of money. On average, they make about twice as much. What's also important is like the unemployment rates. If you just got a high school diploma, the unemployment rate cuts in half, right? Almost. If you have a bachelor's degree, you know what I'm saying? And let's say if we took out the people who majored in bullshit like women's studies or liberal arts, this would look a lot better. Both of these parts would look a lot better. So you want to pick a major that's actually going to benefit you, that you know you can make some money at. I majored in marketing, Howard University School of Business, and it was dope. I learned so much. I had classes taught by Larry Ellison, one of the richest men in the world. Another class I had was taught by the CEO of Verizon. I'm not saying you'll be able to get that shit. You might not go to a school as good as mine. You're not as smart as me. That's why you're watching videos on if you should go to college or not. I digress. On average, people who go to college make more money. You want to make more money, right? Now, here's another thing though. Business is hard. Business is fucking hard. If you're just going to go out and be an entrepreneur, they just tell you should start a business. You don't need college. That might make sense if you've never started a business before and you don't know what goes into it. I'm gonna have somebody who's smarter than me and makes more money than me give his counter argument.
Forget about school. You know, drop out of school. They're idiots. So you think they're idiots? Tell me why.
Oh, that's Patrick talking to Mark. Mark's a billionaire with a B. He said people say don't go to college are idiots. Let's hear his rationale.
Why?
If you're going to have and run a business, if you don't understand accounting, you're already behind the 8 ball.
Can't you hire a guy that knows how to
run? But then they still have to communicate to you, right? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, are you going to learn accounting on your own? For real. Are you going to learn accounting on your own? And accounting is one of the most important skills you have to have in business. I do all the accounting in my business. Not all of it. I do the majority of it. Right. Then we have the CPA do the taxes and all the other shit. But I really do the accounting. How would I do that if I didn't learn it in college? You could learn it on your own. I'm not saying you can't, but I mean, how? What are you going to do? You're going to go fucking watch some YouTube videos on accounting? Good luck with that. Let's hear Mark some more.
There's people that don't understand the concept of, you know, the difference between profits and cash. You know, oh, your accountant might tell you you're profitable, but your cash is going down.
What he's saying is you have to be able to audit the accountant. And it's like that in like all parts of business, you know. When you first start your business, you have to do everything. You're probably going to be a solopreneur initially. And then what you want to do is start hiring people to replace you in certain aspects of the business. But you have to know that part of the business. Otherwise, they can bullshit you, or you might hire somebody who's bad. You might not even know they're bad, right? You won't know what's happening. So when I hire somebody to handle a part of my business, it's not some shit I can't do. It's just I can't do it and still scale the business. I'd be a bottleneck if I did it myself. I could do it. I know how to do it. But because I know how to do it, I can make sure the person who I hire to do it knows what he's doing, and I can fact check this motherfucker if he says something crazy. That's basically what Mark is saying.
Do you think you need college to learn that?
Yeah, I think you do, right? Because it may not, for some people, look, if you're so self-motivated that you can take an online course in accounting and teach yourself everything, you're way ahead of the game anyways. But most people aren't. And I'm not saying you have to go to Indiana. I'm not saying go to an expensive school. I don't care if you go to a community college and take accounting. And
he's saying the same shit I'm saying. Like, you don't have to go to an expensive school, but you gotta like learn this shit in a formal structure if you want to be an entrepreneur. I know we all have examples of people who didn't go to college, who have been successful. They are the minority, bro. I'm telling you, they are the minority. Look at the fucking Forbes list. Those motherfuckers went to college. So it depends on what you're trying to do. I have no incentive to tell you to do this except for your own well-being. I used to really be kind of like, do what you want. I think you should go to college. And I used to be more calmer about it. Listen to me. If you are fucking brown, go to college. All right. If you are black or brown, go to fucking college. I'm telling you that emphatically because there's some challenges out here that you're gonna have to overcome. It's the best way to put yourself in the best position. I'm telling you, if you are black or brown and you have the opportunity to go to college, just go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You know, you might have more leeway if you are pigmentally challenged or of European descent. But business is difficult, man. Like 80% of businesses fail. 80%. So why wouldn't you put yourself in the best position to succeed if you want to be an entrepreneur? And being in the best position to succeed is to actually fucking get trained by people who are smarter than you. You're in a real environment when you have to get tested. And I hear all this shit, oh, the professors at school, they never started a business. They don't know what they're doing. Listen, Bill Belichick can't throw a fucking football, right? But he can win a bunch of championships by coaching the team. Andy Reid's fat ass, he can't fucking run. You know what I'm saying? He can't fucking run. He's fat as shit, right? But he can still coach the Chiefs into winning a bunch of championships. You get what I'm saying? And my teachers, they might not have been multi-millionaires, but they was doing well for themselves. And they taught me a lot. I owe a lot to them teachers, man. Fuck what these guys is telling you, especially if you're fucking brown. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Like, it's the best thing for you to do. And one of the best reasons you should do that, reason number 3, is the connections you'll make. If you go to college, you're going to be around people who are serious about upward momentum, like dead serious about it. The reason I say if you're brown, because if you're brown, you might probably come from a hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from Southside Chicago. What if I just said, no, I'm not going to college. I'm just going to stay in the South Side of Chicago. Remember, you become like the people you're around. I know for a fact it was to my benefit for going to college. I'll tell you a story. Right after senior year of high school, I went to a party with some of the homies, right, from the hood, right? And we go to this like house party. And there's a bunch of fucking thugs, gangbangers, criminals and shit. Those are the people in our neighborhood. That's, you know, those are, and some of them are my friends. And we get into a big ass fight at the party. And I don't know what happened, but I ended up fighting. I don't know how many of them, but it was more than 5 Latin Kings. I'm not in no gang, right? None of that. Just trying to be descriptive. I got my ass whipped, but it was like more than 5 of them. And the homies, I don't know where they were at. They were gone or shit. They were getting their ass kicked too. We got our ass kicked. In fact, I had to go to the emergency room that night. I got a cut right here. You might be able to see. Can you see that? Yeah, that's where I got stitched up in my mouth. I got my mouth stitched up and I had stitches inside my mouth. I was fucked up bad. I ain't gonna lie. I remember being on the fucking table while the doctor's stitching up my face. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm not gonna kick it with anyone who didn't go to college. Anyone's not going to college, I'm probably not gonna hang out with them no more. Cause these motherfuckers ain't got nothing to lose, man. They don't give a fuck, especially where I'm from, right? If you're from some good neighborhood, the kids who don't go to college, they're probably not aspiring to have a leadership position in the street gang. But the kids from my neighborhood, that's their plan. So anyway, that worked out really well for me because the kids I met at college, they had like career goals. They had shit they wanted to do, man. It was fucking dope. I still got in some fights in college. I still had to fuck some people up, but not as many. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of those kids who were in that fight with me, they're dead or in jail right now. There's no punchline there. That's not a joke. That's for real. Like the majority of those kids are dead or in jail right now. And if I would have stayed there on the fucking south side of Chicago with them, that's where I would be. Instead, I went to college and I had a different trajectory. And that's number 4, the connections you'll make, man. So you'll start making connections. I have friends who are like in high places in different industries from college, either in Hollywood, in business, some in politics. You know, I can like call these motherfuckers, right? They're doing really well for themselves and they got connections or they know people who can help with certain things. If I need access to anything, my network just from college is so fucking strong. There's not too many people I can't get in touch with via my network, right? Because they might know somebody who knows somebody. It's super powerful, man. I think that's underrated. And also, man, listen, I can't speak for all colleges, but my college, there was 12 girls to every guy. That's how I picked it. My cousin G, he was older than me. He went to that college before me. I got accepted to DePaul University in Chicago, Michigan State. I thought they had just won the Final Four that year, so I thought that'd be a cool school to go to, and a bunch of other good schools. I picked Howard University only because it was 12 girls to every guy. But on average, a college campus is like 4 to 1. Check this out. Here's a article in the Atlantic talking about colleges have a guy problem because there's like so many more girls than there are guys. I don't know if I have to go into why that may be beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? But these are like smart girls too. Girls who are like trying to do something with themselves. Not like the hoes on Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Myron and Fresh. But like, you know what I'm saying? Them bitches with different color hair and tattoos on their neck, they didn't go to college. That's why they can't name 3 states or 3 countries when they're on Fresh and Fit. Bitches didn't go to college. Those are the kind of hoes you want to date? Those are the kind of hoes you want to have kids with? Right? What the fuck? At college, you'll meet girls who like presumably come from better families, could presumably have more goals and ambitions in life, and they're trying to actually do something, and they're not fucking dummies on average. You'll still be able to find some dummies, of that I assure you, but you'll be in a better position, man. You know, I'm telling you. The last one is college was just fun, man. It was so much fun. Like, you actually with the homies, you're gonna meet a lot of friends there. There's surrounded by girls, there's tons of parties, and you'll be learning shit at the same time. Not like high school where you gotta learn all this fucking bullshit. I picked marketing and I learned a lot. I'm a good marketer and I use a lot of what I learned in college to get here. And a lot of it's still applicable, even though they didn't teach us internet marketing at the time because it was fucking 2000. The same principles still apply. The principles they teach you are not outdated. The tactics may be outdated, but they don't really teach tactics that much. They teach broad principles that you can apply to any business. Like accounting is the same if you're on the internet. It's the same if you're fucking running a mom and pop juice stand. Listen, I'm not telling you what to do. I think that college is going to be in your best interest if you have the opportunity. If I woke up today and I was 18, I went to college when I was 17 because I'm smarter than you. But if I woke up and I was 17 again and I had the opportunity to go to college today in 2023, I would go in a heartbeat. If you're ready to go out and be a man and not live off your parents now, if you already got the next Facebook or you already got the next Apple, you already got the fucking game plan, then go do that. But if you were anything like I was in my late teens, I needed some time to mature. And it was cool to be able to do that and make a lot of the mistakes you'll make as a young man in a controlled environment. At the same time, making a lot of friends, making a lot of connections, learning a lot, and having a ton of fun. If I was you, I would do it. What scares me is that we're going to have a generation of men who listen to all these internet guys telling them not to go to college. And statistically, that doesn't bode well for you. Just looking at the numbers, statistically, you're going to make less money if you don't go to college. I pray for you if you don't go that you're an outlier. And, if you're watching my videos, then you'll probably be in a better position to succeed. But I cannot think of a version of reality where less education is more beneficial. I just can't. I can't think of that. All right. And if you are black or brown, I'm telling you to go. Thank me later. Because you're probably from one of the same hoods I come from. And if you're just going to stay in that fucking hood, you're fucking up, bro. You got to get out of that immediately. You got to get yourself in a better environment. And the best way to do that is to go to college. Super simple. But if you want to make some money now, I got some other videos that'll show you how to make some money today without having to wait 4 years. I'm not telling you not to go to college. You can still run your fucking business and go to college. I'll show you how in these other videos.